Everyone knows what quicksand is, right? You know, it's that stuff if you get caught in it, you start to sink into it. I've heard that what you should do if you ever find yourself in quicksand is to not do anything at all, or you'll only sink faster. Now, I found that not to be true. Partly because they've proven it wrong on Mythbusters, but also because I found myself in a quicksand-like situation quite recently. You see, I had been absent a few days from school due to a fever and sore throat. Now, a day off from school is a day off from school, so I did what any other freshman boy would do. I played some Guitar Hero. I didn't do a single bit of homework. So sure enough, all that homework started to stockpile, and now my mini vacation from school turned into this giant homework monster. I guess you could say I let myself sink pretty far into that quicksand. I sank to the point where I needed help to get out, and my help came in the form of Mr. Blair. I stayed after school one day to collect some notes for some of that homework I missed. And Mr. Blair said to me, "Duncan, I know you have a lot of work on your hands, and if you start to get stuck, I can offer you 2 lines of support. You can either call me up and we'll just talk about it, or you can pray to God for patience." So I went home with my notes and with what Mr. Blair had said to me. Now the problem was, I had stayed after school, meaning I wasn't home until about 4:30 in the afternoon. I had spent my whole day getting notes for homework. I didn't want to go off and do it. So I played some more Guitar Hero. That was a bad idea. I sank even further into that quicksand. Now I was neck deep in that muck. I was so overwhelmed. But the truth of it was my fault that I overwhelmed myself because I'd been procrastinating. So I took Mr. Blair's advice and I prayed to God. I prayed to him to be patient and calm about the whole situation. After I'd prayed to him, I just can't explain it, but I felt great. There was this good essence around me. And when I looked at that pile of homework, it stopped looking like Mount Everest and more like the Salt Flats. It went from this impossible climb to, well, a really long walk. In other words, it was still a big challenge, but now I could do it. And after a couple hours, I did. I was all caught up on all my homework, and everything was fine. I was able to get out of that quicksand, but I couldn't have done it alone. Now the thing is with quicksand, as soon as you get in, you should immediately try and get out. Like me and my homework. If I'd just done it right there and then, it never would have piled up, and I never would have gotten so stressed out. However, if you do find yourself neck deep in homework, house cleaning, whatever it may be, picture this. As soon as you start to get neck deep in quicksand, which way do you start to look? Straight up to the Lord, right? Because when you are neck deep in quicksand, you have no control of getting out your own. You need that little extra help to get out. And what better help to turn to than God? I mean, you're looking right at Him. And remember, God is everywhere and in everything, and no matter how deep we get into that quicksand, He is always willing to help us get out.